Hi everyone, it's Tammy Walker back with Tammy's Crafty Creations, and I wanted to share with you these super cute little mermaid sucker favors you could use for stocking stuffers or for even mermaid theme parties. And I wanted to show you how I put these together. The Mermaid Tail, Mermaid Tail I actually designed myself, so I will include a link to a PDF to where you guys can pull it into, if you have a Cricut, pull it into your Cricut design space and clean it up a bit, turn it into a SVG file to actually cut with Cricut. Or you can also print it off on printer paper and then trace onto, I used a glitter paper here, trace it onto some glitter paper to attach to your suckers as well. So I got them all put together. These I'm going to sell at a craft fair. And I'm going to go over a few things that you'll need to make these. It's not a whole lot of items. And I'm going to have one more I've got to make. So I'll make one on video here for you guys. So we're going to make these little cute mermaid tail lollipops. Look how cute they turned out. So let me zoom out just a little bit and I will go over the items that we need to make this project. Put those to the side. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to include a link to where you guys can download this PDF for this mermaid tail. So you'll need one of these. And I found these lollipops. This is a really cute teal and white swirl pattern. I found these at Party City. That's like $3 for I think 20. So you'll need a sucker. And I looked everywhere to try to find starfish or seashells or whatever to give my mermaid tail the look of, you know, the nautical look. I found these little Rhinestone Stars. They're 14mm at Joann's, and so you'll need one of these. And to color mine, because as you see here it's brown, I use an alcohol marker. This is a Stampin' Up! Alcohol marker. This is the bronze. If you have another, I believe Sharpie makes different colored alcohol markers. I think it's Market, I believe it's called. Or if you have Copic, but you want an alcohol-based marker, that way it doesn't wipe off. And so I use this one with from Stampin' Up. You will also need 2 sizes of pearls. I use the 5 and the 4mm plastic pearls. These do have the holes for beading because these are beads, but the way I put them on, you don't see them, so you'll need 2 sizes for that. I also used a bone folder just to kind of curl the tabs to kind of where it'll wrap around my sucker. And then I'm using toothpicks to help pick up my pearls, so a couple toothpicks if you feel like you need that. Also, we're using a precision tip glue gun. I fell in love with the glue guns all over again. I used to couldn't stand glue guns because I didn't realize that they made tips for different applications, and this is a fine tipped one. And so I got this, I believe, at Michael's with a 50% off coupon for it was $12.99, so I got it $6 something. So, and it takes the mini glue sticks that I also use. This is the only glue that I use in my glue sticks. It's a little more expensive than the cheaper stuff, but I love this stuff. This stuff is wonderful. So, and then last but not least, I'm using 2 kinds of curling ribbon. I got these spools. Oh my gosh, my daughter is 18 years old. I got these when she was a baby, and for 99 cents a spool at Party City, and they have lasted this long. I have a picture of her when she was barely walking, sitting on a few of these while I was wrapping Christmas gifts and using the ribbon to make bows. So I used, it's like a royal blue and kind of an ice blue, kind of like the frozen blue color. So I'm using these 2 colors to give the water effect. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. First thing I did to color my star is I just put a glue dot on the back of my little stone here just to tack it down, and then I just took my marker and colored it in. I did like 2 or 3 coats just to kind of get the right color that I want. This is just a piece of scrap acetate sheet. So I just colored that just to give make my star brown like a starfish. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is set that aside and let it dry. It shouldn't take but a few seconds. Alcohol markers dry really fast. I just took my bone folder on this piece here and just kind of curled the tabs just to kind of give it that to make it easier to curl around the lollipop. Okay, so then I lay it down, and I'm going to take my glue gun, and I'm going to add a strip of glue. Now, when I designed this, you know, yeah, I could have left it to where there was no tabs, but the tabs give it a little more security to where it doesn't come off, because if I just did the straight tail with no tabs, then it might pop off my sucker when I'm selling them. So if you're doing a party favor, you might not worry about that. So I got my mermaid tail glue down. Then I'm going to add some glue to my tabs here, just on the tips there. And like I said, I love this glue gun. It's fantastic, and I have others, different size tips that, like I said, I didn't realize that I knew they made different tips, but I didn't put two and two together. I guess, you know, you learn something new every day. So it makes it so much easier to do teeny tiny dots of glue for beads or any type of small embellishments that you might have to go on cards or whatever. Makes a difference. So I got that glued down to make sure it's nice and stuck. Okay, so I have my mermaid tail attached to my lollipop. Now I'm going to take my ribbon, and I did not measure this. I just kind of eyeballed because I got so much here. It didn't bother me to, I won't say waste, but to have, you know, waste, I guess, a little extra to make sure I have enough of the ribbon to curl to give the water effect. And I actually started out with using white as well, but it was just too much ribbon. So I just decided to go with the blues. So I just get two of the same length, and then try to find the center as good as possible. We're going to trim this down a little bit anyways. And then put it up to the base of your little sucker there. Tie it down tight, and then we're going to knot it one more time. Now, after this is where you can decide if you want your strands or ribbons a little shorter. I like to curl them first and then decide if I want them shorter. I keep forgetting some tools. I forgot I needed scissors. And I like to use these little precision scissors to curl my ribbon because they're small. They're easy to hold. So then you want to curl your ribbon. And I always try to curl my ribbon with the ribbon going, curl it in the direction the ribbon's already going. Seems to curl better. Continue curling my ribbon. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of the color of the blues, the light color. I'm just going to kind of wrap it around the base of the mermaid's tail, and I'm going to do the same for this other one. I'm going to go the other direction though. Just kind of wrap it around to give it that boiling water look, like she's diving in the water. She got scared and she's diving in the water, and the water's boiling up around her. So we're going to do the same with the darker blue. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do after that, I got it all wrapped around. I'm going to pull it down. Then I'm going to add me some more hot glue just to the base of the plastic. And this is a low temp gun, so it's not as hot as a high temp. I think it's low temp. Yeah, it's a low temp. So therefore it's not going to melt, or it'll be less likely to melt the plastic of the sucker here. So then I just take and push the curled ribbon pieces up into that glue. And then I'm going to take my scissors. It shouldn't take out the glue, but just a few seconds to cool off. When it cools, it's set. And then just kind of giving my ribbon a little bit of a haircut, kind of trimming some of the loops to get the curls to go around. Take some curls off. Just going through and giving it that. And then if you have to, like I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add just a little bit of glue. I'm not even going to squeeze my gun. I got glue kind of dripping out of the end. And I'm going to shove that blue up into it and just hold it a second until it's set. Okay. So then we have our waves, the wavy water that the mermaid is jumping into. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my star off my acetate sheet. Okay, and then I'm going to add me a little dot of glue right about here. And I did all mine kind of the same, just to kind of, once I get a pattern on something, I usually just follow it. Especially if I'm making a bunch, because if I try to deviate too much and make everything different too much, then it gets to be, I dilly-dally with it too long. Play with it too long, and then I end up spending more time than I should decorating, especially being I'm selling these. These are not for my kids or anything. So now I'm going to take my toothpick, and I seen this on YouTube, somebody else doing something with pearls, and they just took their toothpick and put it down in the little hole of the pearl, and that way they don't have to use tweezers, and they were able to get the pearls on. Just my light a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. See how cute? It's just a simple, you have the pearls and then the little starfish. Like I said, I looked everywhere. I looked at the little I think it's called dress it up buttons and everything, but for me selling these at a craft fair, I had to make it affordable, because then you spend too much money on embellishments, your product ends up costing more than what somebody will pay for it. So, and then I just keep going around and adding pearls where I want to have the look of pearls and or bubbles. These kind of, and you see how I'm laying them on their side. You don't see the whole of the pearl. So just kind of keep working and pushing in. Now your glue might seize up and dry. If it does, that's okay. You could just take the tip of your glue gun and just kind of touch the glue that's already there and reheat it without actually having to add more glue. Now if you're a jewelry person and you make jewelry and you have a jewelry mat, it would be really beneficial to line these up on a jewelry mat, already lined up in like a row, and have your holes turned one direction. That way you can just scoop them up and go. I have one somewhere. I don't make a lot of jewelry. I don't know, I think my daughter might have borrowed it. So, and I'm going to add a little bit of pearls up top just to kind of hide this band a little bit where it's not too showy. Like I said, when I designed this, I tried to design it to where at first I didn't have a whole lot of bands. I was trying to use as much of the sucker or the lollipop to be the actual tail, but it just wasn't looking right. I couldn't get it to look the way I wanted it. So I end up adding the tabs to help. I'm going to add a few more, another little strip of glue. Add a few more of my little pearls. There you go. Now if you had little tiny seashells, that would be cute on here. I was trying to keep it or any kind of seashell, or anybody that might be allergic to any kind of shellfish. I'm trying to keep it shellfish free, because I have some cute little tiny shells I got from the beach, but I just don't want somebody to get it that might be allergic to shellfish, and just touching that stuff can cause them to go into an anaphylactic shock. So that's it, y'all. That's the project. Just a super cute little sucker. And like I said, I made up a bunch of these. I probably have 20 that I made up to sell. And I'm probably going to sell these from between probably $1.50, maybe $2. Just depends on my market. Most people sell them I have sold them for $2 a piece before, but these are super cute. And I also want to show you a little peek of some other ones that I made. These are unicorn ones. Isn't that cute? I used the gold spiral lollipop and the twist, and I actually was trying to find the rainbow colored ones, but I think the gold one worked out nice. So you have a cute little his little horn, and I took the curling ribbon and did a rainbow to give it the rainbow hair. And there again, I made this face on using my Cricut. And so you just get on there, and I believe I took leaves and a circle, and I welded it together. And then the eyelashes I actually made myself. I made on using the Cricut, using ovals and circles and stuff. And these are actually vinyl I put on the eyelashes on with. And the little stars come from the Martha Stewart, one of her glitter packs that she has. So those should sell really nicely. They're super cute. I'd have loved it as a kid. I know that I was big into unicorns growing up. And that's how it's attached on the back of that one. So, but yeah, so these are super cute, and I think that they will sell well at my craft fair that's coming up at the end of November, especially for stocking stuffers. What little girl wouldn't love to see these in their stocking for Christmas? So thanks for taking time to watch my videos. I hope to have more coming on. I told my husband I wanted to do more videos. My issue is with the editing. I think I work too much, trying to edit too much out. I don't want my videos to be too long, but sometimes they just have to be. So I am going to try to post more videos. I really wanted to get into doing this a bit more. I love to craft. I love to teach people how to craft. So this is a great platform for me to do that. So, but anyways, thanks for stopping by and watching my videos. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I will be seeing you in the future with another video. Thanks for watching.